Oh man, now the hairline looking a little interesting.
I got you. We got our own theme music. That was a pause. All right, man. We are back with the Bronx Weekly Show. Every week we get dopest comedians in the game, and damn, Tino didn't have no clothes on. That was crazy. But we get the dopest comedians in the game, and we get down to it. Find out where they're from, how they got it in comedy. What else they got going. Because that's the thing about this whole comedy thing is that you got to be dynamic. You got to have 2 or 3 different things going on at once that just keeps promoting the other things. So I mean, we don't even need to waste no time. Without further ado, this man has created barbershop books, which is all over the country in barbershops where it's getting young black kids more opportunities to read. He's done it at our shop, 124th and Lexington Levels, and then other shops all around the country. And without further ado, got to give it up for comedian, writer, entrepreneur, mogul. Give it up for Alvin Irby right now.
Thanks, man. Mogul.
Alvin.
I'm looking forward to the mogulness.
Nah, man, you living it right now, bro. You living it. I can honestly, most of the time that I've been in comedy, I've watched you just continue to, reinvent yourself and keep, adding different aspects to your game, and you're doing it at a big level. You want to tell the people a little bit. Well, maybe let's do this. Let's start out with a clip. And then just to tell a little bit about you, and then we'll.
Okay. Oh, let's see the clip then.
Yeah, this is you. Yeah, this is you.
Oh, I didn't know it was gonna be a clip.
Yeah, this is a show.
What is?
Yeah, we got in our archive.
Right? I just think that they seen so much crazy stuff, it makes you insensitive. Right? I was on the subway late at night. All the seats were taken, right? I'm sitting down, there were no other seats, and this old white man came on the train, and he looked at me as if to say, young man, give up your seat. But as soon as we made eye contact, that's when I knew I wanted him to stand a little longer. Wait, simmer down. Not for me, but for Rosa Parks. It was February. He could stand a little longer for Rosa. He had decades to see. Wait, Carla, let me explain. He was not ambiguous old. His eyebrows were white. You know how old you have to be for your eyebrows to say, no, we're done being black. When it's going to be white, here on now. Just Sammy Sosa. Just.
Yeah. So,
oh man,
Mr. Irby, I know you tell it in your stand-up, but where you from and what inspired you to get started?
Yeah, man, Little Rock, Arkansas, man. It's crazy, man. Like growing up in Little Rock, man. I mean, first of all, I didn't even get on a plane until what, 2003. That was my first time ever on a plane. And that was because a college flew me there to visit, right? Gave me a ticket, got on the plane to go check out this college, man. But You know, I never would have. I mean, I just never even could have imagined. You know, New York City. You know, growing up in Little Rock in the South, in this little, you know, little city. You know, I just never could have imagined it. But you know, you never know what life will take you, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember, you know, I ended up going to college in Iowa, and people used to be like, "Hey, are you homesick?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm still suffering from sick of home."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think once I got a taste, man, you know, of a little travel life experiences, you know, I just want to kind of keep on learning, keep on experiencing new things. And that's the beautiful thing about stand-up, man. I tell people all the time, it's like, once you start doing stand-up, yeah, bad stuff happen in your life. Yeah, things don't go right or whatever. But when you do stand-up, it's like, it don't matter what's going on. You can find that humor, you know what I mean, in anything. I remember, you know, one of the things that makes this crystal clear for me is I remember when John Lasseter's when his apartment was burning up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember seeing him taking pictures or videos or whatever, him in his you know, bare feet outside and showing flames shooting out of his window. He's like, yo, that's my apartment. And everybody like, dang, John, you good? And then 2 or 3 months later, he got a whole bit, like a whole bit about his apartment burning down. And you just like, and it was the day before Christmas, some crazy stuff. But that's what comedy does to you, is that even in the craziest of situations, a lot of times, even if you don't want to, your brain, you know what I mean, it still guides you toward the funny. You know what I'm saying?
That's no question. That's like, it's like that laugh face and that cry face, you know. The same thing that makes you laugh and make you cry.
Yeah, and you can't turn it off. You know what I mean?
So what was your first time that you saw someone doing stand-up, and when did you decide that you wanted to try it?
Man, honestly, I don't even remember like that. I know I encountered stand-up, but because I was in Little Rock, it was so far removed. You know, I wasn't one of those people that very early was like, I'm gonna be a comedian. But you know, when I was a kid, I could do some impersonation. You know what I mean? So when I was a kid, you know, I could do a really good impression of Bill Cosby, which doing, you know, so whenever we had people over, you know, my family would be like, yo, Alvin, do the Bill Cosby, which means something totally different now. That means something totally different now. But at that time, you know, I'd be like, Alvin, do it. And then I'd be like, Alvin, put it, you say it, and you say it, and you know, but I never thought, oh, I'm going to be a comedian. But the first time I ever did stand up, it was I'm not going to say it was by accident, but it was the church banquet. And it was in high school, I think. And they were like, Alvin, we put you on the program. And I thought they was going to have me introducing somebody. And that's like, yeah, we put you down to do some stand up. And I was like, whoa, what you mean do stand up? I ain't never done stand up before. They're like, you're funny. Just, you know, say some stuff. Right. And so I remember it was a 7-day Adventist church. And so I did a whole bit about Bill Cosby coming to the dinner, but all the meat being fake. You know, because 7-day Adventists, they eat all vegetarians and stuff. So he was just making fun of all the food. That he was like, this doesn't look like the bacon. What is this? This isn't the bacon. What is, you know, and that's pretty much all I was doing. But they thought it was funny. But again, I'm in Little Rock. I'm in high school. So I'm not even thinking, oh, I'm going to do stand-up. But then I go off to college, 4 years in Iowa. And then I moved to New York for grad school. And I was here for 2 years. I moved to New York in 2007. I finished grad school during the spring of 2009. And then that summer was my first time ever doing a stand-up comedy, you know, open mic, laugh lounge. I did the Hot Punch Mondays, right, at the Laugh Lounge, right? That's probably where I met Tino. I'm pretty sure we was all around there. Nico, you know what I mean? The first time I did stand-up, Nico was there at the open mic, and he was like, yo, I got a open mic that I host. And then people started inviting me. And so for my first, I would say 6 months or so doing stand-up, I was paying $5 to get up, right? Or buying a drink, you know what I mean? Or buying an item and getting up. And then a friend of mine who's a casting director, you know, like she did casting for El Cantante, Maria Full of Grace. She casted, and she's been doing casting since the 70s. And she invited me. She was like, Alvin, we're doing a reading for this movie for funders. Why don't you come? So I go. And then she's like, you know, Alvin, you just started doing stand-up. Let me introduce you to this comedian. He's really funny. He's been doing it. And it was Roberto Vanderpool.
Yeah.
And then once she introduced me to him, you know, he's good people. He's like, you know what? Why don't you come to the Laugh Lounge? I'll introduce you to some guys. Let me tell you the craziness of this. I'm sitting at the table, and Roberto is there, and he's introducing me to his friends. And I hear them talking about traveling in South America and Central America. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Who are you guys? And they're like, oh, we're like a little singing group. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, you know, what's the name of your group? And they was like, what was the name of this group with Romero? What's the name of the group? What? It's a Dominican group. They do, yo, you are muted. You are muted. you
Tino be on that.
Tino muted. What is it? They have a song called what is it? What is the name of this group? Oh, I can't even remember the name of the group. Anyway, but they are famous. They're famous Dominican bachata group. And so yeah, so anyway, he introduced me to, you know, JP Justice, Mike Yard. And as soon as I met them, all of a sudden, then I found out about the whole urban, you know, circuit. And I was like, wait, y'all would just put me up? Like, oh, I was like, so I could just bomb for free. Oh, why? I was like, I ain't paying no more money to bomb then. I'm about to, you know what I mean? And that was really, once I did that, you know what I mean? That was really it. I pretty much been doing stand-up ever since, man. I done another master's degree. I've been teaching. I didn't start a nonprofit, but this, you know, through everything, I still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stayed on stage.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about barbershop book. How did you come up with this concept?
Man, I was teaching first grade in the Bronx, and there was in Soundview, and there was a barbershop across the street from my school. So one day I'm in the barbershop getting a haircut, and one of my first graders walks into the shop. And he's just sitting there, you know, just looking bored. He's getting antsy. His mom's like, sit down. And he's my student. And I knew his reading level. So the whole time I'm just like looking at him. All I keep thinking is, you know, he should be practicing his reading right now. And I wished I had a children's book to give him, but I didn't. And so it was really that kind of random encounter with one of my students in the barbershop that made me be like, you know, someone should put little children's books in the barbershop so our kids just sitting here, you know what I'm saying, they have fun books to read. And here's the thing. And it's probably because I had started doing stand-up, but I didn't just, I had the idea, but I was like, I'm a first-year teacher. I ain't never ran no organization. This don't even make sense for me to be trying to do something to convince somebody to give me money. So I just went home and wrote a little email or like a little note to myself. And then I didn't even do anything with it until 2013. But you know what I mean? But that's why I tell entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? Creatives understand this, but I tell entrepreneurs, you know, you got to be humble. Don't be so arrogant that you think that just because something is a good idea, you're going to remember it. You know what I'm saying? Like, write it down. Like, if it's good, well, just write it down. You can always go back and look at it, but don't be arrogant and think you just going to remember something. I believe it's possible to forget good ideas. You know what I'm saying? But I think creatives have known that throughout human history. You know, you hear about Beethoven scribbling stuff on random stuff. You hear about people scribbling stuff on napkins or whatever. I think people who are creatives, they understand and they respect the muse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I think you also have a book that has been published.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, Gross Greg, man. I mean, honestly, the book grew out of my frustration with children's literature. You know, being a kindergarten and first grade teacher, I read a lot of children's books pretty much every day. And being a comedian, I was just so frustrated the fact that there weren't really many or any books, children's books, that were laugh out loud funny that had black children in them. You know, black boys in it. It's like, yo, why all the books that got black kids got to be about slavery and civil rights or about old dead black people? Like, little black boys and I mean, kids want to laugh. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, it's not fair that only the little white kids get to be silly and gross in books. So I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna wait around for publishers or somebody else to do it. I got an idea, and I'm gonna just go ahead and try and make it happen. And you know, I think that that's pretty much the way I've been living my life for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, I don't wait, and I'm not afraid to invest in myself. You know what I'm saying? If there's something that I feel like, you know, I produced my own comedy album, you know, I got it mastered. I didn't wait around for begging or you know, but I'm also fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I made some decisions in my life that put me in a position to be able to pursue my passion. You know what I'm saying? Barbershop Books, I didn't get paid money for the first few. I didn't make any money for the first few years that the organization was in existence. But because I had made some important decisions that allowed me to keep my cost of living low, I was able to continue working on the organization even when it wasn't really paying me anything.
Yeah. No, that was all official, like, and so like helpful for the black community. I'm in the barbershop all day and I listen to people complain all day. But when somebody starts talking about the solutions, those are the people that I want to talk to. Those are the people that I want to sit down and break bread with. Because you got to make change without complaining.
Bro, we can't. And I really believe that we have everything in our communities that we need to make a difference if we can come together. You know what I mean? But there's so many different things that keep us divided, that keep people from being willing to invest in themselves or in the community. And that's my thing, is like, I'm like, you know what? I can't control what other people are going to do. All I can do is what I can do. And that's, you know what I mean? That's pretty much the way I try, you know, live my life, is put my time and energy and effort into stuff that, you know what I mean, I feel like I can make a difference about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all that stuff is official. You making a difference. I mean, every day we see the barbershop book, and every time you come in the barbershop, you take a mirror out of there. And
yeah, y'all be disrespectful.
You know, the barbershop, they be like, oh man. Nah, man, that was dope. And also you've done some TED Talks as well. That's a pretty solid resume, and it's all, you know, self-made, and that's gotta be applauded. That's gotta be recognized. And you know, that's why we got these platforms, so we let people know who people are, and then, you know, let the networking begin. That's the whole thing. Tino, what you think? Tino, you got to take your sound. Your sound is off.
He gonna be muted the whole time.
You got to unmute yourself. He just got up out of there.
He just left altogether.
Nah, he just got up out of that's yeah, man. So so what plans do you have coming up in the future? Because you all your ideas is like major and they for the youth and
man, you know what I'm saying? One of the things that's new, man, is that we developed Barbershop Books has developed we got a poster now that we're going to be distributing to all the barbershops. And what's cool about it is that it's interactive. So, for example, it has little prompts on it that barbers and parents can use to like start conversations with kids about books and reading. And it also has a QR code where if the kids scan it, it'll instantly take them to our website, to our e-library. We launched the e-library. We got over 50 little video, read aloud videos of kids. Of me and other people reading books, and it has ebooks. So kids literally, if they just take their device and scan it, they'll be able to read books and listen to books being read right on their device. So that's the way that because a lot of states have now advised barbers to remove any paper from their waiting areas, to try and reduce the chances of COVID and all that.
Yeah.
And so, because we're all over the country, we've had to try and like adjust to figure out how we can still keep doing the work, even in the circumstances, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's something I'm really excited about. And then we're developing a new virtual program that we're going to be looking to, sell to schools. That's really just about, so much of, what happens in school is, about skills, this skill and that skill. And what we're trying to do is to help kids identify as readers because, if you identify in a certain way, that's something that nobody can take from you. That's why these Trump people are so crazy, because they don't just view Trump as a candidate. Their whole identity is wrapped up in this man. So
but that's crazy.
If he fails, somehow they a failure. And it's like, it is crazy. But it's the reality, though. And I think that's part of what people don't understand. It's like, he ain't, for a lot of these people, he's not just a candidate. Somehow they have connected who they are to this man. And so when I think about what I want reading to be for a lot of kids, I don't want them to just like reading. I don't want them to just love reading. I want them to identify as a reader, because if you're a reader, it don't matter if you have a good teacher or a bad teacher. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You still a reader. It don't matter if your school is whack or not. You're still a reader. And that's something that is not dependent on other people. And that's really what I want to try and instill in kids, is that you don't have to be dependent on other people for what you want to know. If you want to know some stuff, you can actually go and figure it out, read it, or watch something yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's really, I would say, the gist of what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, no, it all that's what we gotta do. You gotta each one teach one, man, and we gotta understand how to approach these situations. And if you ain't got no plan, then you can't attack it. So like that's exactly what we need more of. And you was talking a little bit about Trump and how you feel about this election and all the divisiveness that Trump caused, and how he hasn't conceded yet, and the fact that 77 million Americans voted for this man that has visibly, kind of divided the country, even almost created a whole nother, you got the Democratic Party, you got the Republicans, and then you got the Trump. He's almost created a whole nother party.
This whole magma, whatever they call themselves, it's like a whole. First they had the Tea Party, But then like this is like the Tea Party 3.0. They didn't like took it to a whole nother level. And they ain't playing. You know what I mean? They really out here trying to steal the election. You know what? The name of that group was called Aventura. When I was sitting with Roberto and the dudes was like, oh, we're a group called Aventura. And I was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And then they was like, you teach in the Bronx? I was like, yeah. They were like, ask your students on Monday. And I was like, Aventura? Yo, my first grade.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. I've been saying I've been through that like I told you I've been through it like a half hour ago.
Yeah, we had no idea, and we definitely can't read lips.
Not my black ass lips, anyway. You know, blunt approved, man. Oh, glad. Oh man, great stories, by the way.
Oh yeah. No, this is when we usually had Tino pop in and do his.
Oh yeah. Do a little something or whatever. Damn, I wanted to comment, but I was here. Oh man, Kenny, we need like 30 minutes to get the old dudes on. You know what I mean? Like, all right, mic check. You know, this is a new phone for me, so not even it's the same old brain. Anyway, I'm glad we got the teacher in the house, man. You know, I will never date a teacher again. Yeah, next time I'll do my homework.
No, I ain't been assigning no homework, bro. I actually haven't even been in the classroom since 2011.
Oh, wow. So
unless I was reading my book, gross grade.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's freedom, man.
I always connect you to teaching, no matter what.
You know
I connect
what,
you to teaching.
The truth is, I am. It don't matter who it is. Even in my joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I'm still teaching. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When I see you, I see preacher. I see like teacher. I see a lot of things up there, and I'm like, oh my God.
I hosted one gospel comedy show. Then all of a sudden, everybody was calling me a gospel comedian. I was like, yo, I didn't ask for all that. I didn't ask for that. The owner of the shop was like, I want a clean show. And I was like, all right, I can do a gospel comedy show. That's fine. But then I didn't realize that, people was going to start introducing me like that. Bring me up a gospel comedian. I'm like, oh,
all right, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to continue, right? All right, cool. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, Arkansas, Dwayne Johnson was in Arkansas, had a baby in Arkansas, right? Yeah. They call him Little Rock. All right.
You just thought of that on the spot?
Yeah.
Man, this dude is nice.
That was in your honor. The teacher one was one in your honor too, man. Come on. Yeah, but we got a new president, right? They asked the new president what's his favorite, morning drink. He said a cup of Joe.
Oh.
All right. The other day, my friends were talking about that they had big penises. I couldn't hang.
Is that the plural?
It's. I'm like, yeah,
you're
the expert.
And Camille just got so tickled.
That's
a sugar word,
man.
I was just laughing at the ridiculousness.
Right. I have a condition that keeps me from getting aroused. It's hard to describe.
Or not hard.
Kenny. Yeah. I had to drop out of unlike you, I had to drop out of barber school. Yeah. Those dreams were cut short.
Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of teacher, I will never date an algebra teacher. Too many problems. Yeah. You know, recently I took a COVID test. When I took the COVID test, I decided to have a positive outlook. All right, guys. This is also my open mic, guys. All right. Yeah, I was talking to this librarian the other day. I didn't know if she liked me. Yeah, she was tough to read.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend wanted me to buy a game board, a mystery game board, you know, but I had no clue.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, I do ice sculptures. It wasn't easy learning to do ice sculptures. I had to keep chipping away. Yeah. I asked my doctor, you know, why am I sterile? You know, why am I sterile? He said nothing came to mind. All right, Camille. We're almost done, guys. Whew. You know, I contracted COVID while working at Wingstop, right? Yeah, my symptoms were mild. Whew. Yeah, I had sex with Mike Tyson's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, she took it like a champ.
Don't let Mike hear that shit.
Yeah, you gonna Roy joins me, right? All right. Yeah, man. Listen, yo. When I found out that my Haitian girlfriend practiced voodoo, I was on pins and needles.
Oh.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, my girlfriend found out that I do cocaine. She sniffed it right out. All right.
You do cocaine?
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I will never let anyone know that I'm a necrophiliac.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm taking it to my grave. Yeah. I always wanted to become a hitman. Yeah. I'll kill for that job.
That's
yeah. It was a bad birthday for me. My last birthday, I was arrested by the cops. I was taken by surprise. You guys are good listeners. I like this. I went on a date. I went on a date with an African American astrologer. Yeah, we met on Black Planet.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to stop doing jokes about abortion. Yeah. I had no choice. That was for you, Karen. Yeah, I had sex with a traffic cop. Yeah, she finally gave me the green light.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of my good friends is an archaeologist. Yeah, he doesn't have a bad bone in his body. All right.
I bet he wears a fossil watch.
Thank you, Kenny.
Camille, get ready.
Yeah.
Get him up.
Yeah. Yeah, get your videos ready. I'm punning on fumes.
Oh.
We ready. We ready.
Yeah. My friend told me that sometimes he goes limp. Yeah. I told him I know the feeling.
Was you talking to yourself again?
I'm getting ready for the second lockdown. That's what it is, you know.
Give him a good one. Give him a good one before we.
Give him a good one. Like, all right. Let's end on the bang. Let's. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yo, I went to work out with a porno star. I went to the gym with a porno star. Yo, we had a banging workout. All right, Kenny, we're gonna leave it on that, and it's time for Miss Karen. Thank you very much. That's it. That's the punt corner.
Oh, that was nasty. That was nasty. Oh, that was nasty. Go ahead, Camille.
Okay. Quick question though. Is it too early for a Christmas gift?
No, they got commercials on right now.
Oh wow!
People across the hall from me got a wreath around on their door and it said joy. Feel like pulling it down, making it say boom.
Yup. Okay. We're gonna do it. And you know, it always takes a minute.
SpaghettiOs.
Tell me if you don't hear it.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh shit! Oh. All right.
We don't hear it.
Okay. Damn it.
We can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta put the sound.
I know, but it's different.
It looked good though.
Yeah. I was like, I got a mini boner.
Okay. I guess.
Can I do one more pun?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, when I found out that my neighborhood got gentrified, I turned white.
Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at little baby. Oh,
Yeah, that's my niece.
Okay.
Okay, now tell me if you hear it.
Darn.
We can't hear it.
Oh,
Why?
That's Giant Laughter. You know we would have heard that deep ass
It's in the
voice.
bottom left corner. The bottom left corner.
I'm telling you, it only shows it for Chrome tabs.
What kind of computer is that?
It's a MacBook.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new. It's not the. It's. I don't know why. It doesn't do it.
It's new brand.
Okay, so in the meantime, Mr. Irby, what do you see happening here in the next 65 days while the president?
Man, first of all, let's talk about COVID.
Yes.
Like I wrote a post about this the other day. The same way that the United States tolerates so many preventable gun deaths, right? Like there are lots of countries that have implemented policies that can reduce unnecessary gun deaths or preventable gun deaths. But in America, it's like people know what the research is. Everybody wants their gun. So we're like, I don't care if thousands of people die, and it could be prevented. I just want to have what I have. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening with COVID. It's like, people know that doing certain things can help make it, but at the end of the day, a lot of people care more about them just being able to do what they want to do. In terms of Trump, all I can think about is, back during like slavery times, landless whites couldn't vote. But instead of them fighting for political representation, they were convinced that, well, at least you're not like the slaves. At least, you know, you're better than them. And so it's almost like they like, instead of trying to, you know, create more opportunities for themselves and try and make things better by joining and fighting for, you know, they just were like, well, at least we're not them. While at the same time, all the rich people just kept getting rich and exploiting them. And I feel like it's exactly the same thing today. You know, there's certainly people who are rich who benefited from a lot of the policies that Trump has done, but there's a whole lot of people who are in the supporting Trump. They're actually, you know, voting against their own best interests because he's not trying to give them health care. He's not trying to make sure their families can eat. And so, you know, I don't know. I think it's so much about who our country is. You know, everybody wants to try and act like this isn't who we are, and I can't believe. And I'm just like, we black people have been telling everybody these folks been out here the whole time. So I don't know why all of a sudden everybody is so shocked and surprised.
I don't think they shocked and surprised. I think that it's just it's kind of like an affirmation of just how divisive this last president is. He made those people feel like what you said, that he connects with them. He says what the fuck he wants to whenever. And then he's the worst because he takes credit for everything that happens that goes right. He doesn't take any responsibility for anything that happens wrong. He blames somebody else. And I'm sitting here watching this like as a grown person, and I can't understand how people can't see what's happening here. He won't answer any questions about his taxes. He won't denounce the Proud Boys. He keeps talking about the far left. I'm like, what is the far left? I'm like, he has no facts behind any of his statements. Everything is just like he's freestyling. He's just saying whatever, and it's concerning people's lives. And he's like, oh yeah, that's
the thing, bro. 200, a quarter of a million Americans are dead. And here's the thing: we only make up 4% of the world's population, but we have over 25% of the world's deaths from COVID. You know what I'm saying? He always talk about how great America is, you know, but here's the thing. I learned this a long time ago. There are people who live in alternate realities. And a lot of people, and I think this is part of the Democrats' problem, is they keep trying to negotiate and accommodate people who are existing in a different reality. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody like doesn't even, if y'all can't even agree on foundational things about facts, what's true, what's not, you know, it's really going to be difficult for you to have any type of conversation. And I'm at the point where I'm just like, you know, all this trying to, you know, cross the aisle and talk to people. I'm like, nah, you need to put a plan together and figure out how you're going to be able to make life better for the people who are willing to move forward. And if people can't understand or don't want to participate, then just let them do whatever they're doing.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's too set in stone. And this last election, after you just watched what happened over the last 4 years, and I don't care about all these foreign policies. I don't care about none of this. Like, really, the tax stuff, that stuff is not that gonna affect a working class person one way or another. But what really I want, and most black people just want to know, what's your take on dealing with black people becoming a little equal on an equal pay scale and playing field, and when some black kids are shot by police officers, what are we going to do to change what's been happening, where they could, take a few days off work or paid leave, or, you know, we need people have people repercussions for these black kids that's being killed, and stop saying what was their record like, all that stuff. We don't want to hear that stuff no more. You know, we've seen too many situations where it's flip-flop and kids shoot up a school and you take them to McDonald's and then take them to the jail. Like, it's just too much.
But
it's
you
just
know what it is. You
know,
know
it's in our face when the country is at a standstill during the pandemic, and you got to understand why we mad. But Camille, you ready?
I think so. I think so. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna show you. I think what I'm gonna do is show you a different video because this one is not online, and it seems like the only ones that work are the ones that are online already. Okay, so I'm gonna get that. Okay, this is a throwback. Did I show this to you? I don't think did. I show you a throwback video before?
I don't know.
About my first O. Did you ever see that? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. This is something that I did a long time ago, and it's an oldie but a goodie.
Your face looks like you're doing something good, but I don't see nothing.
You don't see? You don't hear nothing?
No, I don't see nothing either.
I don't hear nothing.
How do you not see it? I'm confused.
Restart it.
There's nothing.
Restart it. Sharing this tab to StreamYard. Okay. It says it's sharing it.
Maybe it's just sharing
Do
it
it again.
Damn it. Why is this? I hate StreamYard. StreamYard, I hate you. Oh.
All right.
Okay, we're doing this.
Oh, it does have a little share screen button right there.
All right.
We go.
What's it on? What's it on? It's on this other thing that I.
Okay.
There you go.
It's not supposed to show this one. Okay, we're just gonna go look for it. Okay. Great. Why is it not? Okay, wait, is it gonna be able to show this?
This is the one you were trying to show us earlier?
Yeah, maybe it finished uploading. Oh my god. Guys.
Never give up.
I'm never gonna give up, okay? I'm never gonna give up, and I'm never gonna let you down.
Oh,
of course, it's
I
all.
see something.
I see something too. Push the play button.
Okay, it's just really
Push play.
grainy. It's really grainy.
It is
we'll
grainy,
see.
but it's okay. Just push play. I'll watch it.
Santa Claus is coming to town. I got you something.
Oh my God. It is about that time of year, right?
Yes.
Hey, thank you. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
That's about it. That's about it. Look.
That's gonna look good on you.
It's yours.
Oh, really? It's mine.
Yeah. Put it
Okay.
on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
We gotta take pictures.
Oh.
I'll put it on a timer.
Oh.
Isn't it great? It reminded me of you, and I was like, oh my god. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see how it goes. John, you were hiding the sweater. The whole point is to like show the sweater.
Oh, okay.
So like put it out. You know, show
Right.
it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You're hiding the sweater in all of these photos. Do you hate the sweater, don't you?
No. I'm Jewish.
I'm so sorry. I have a totally different sweater for that. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, the end.
That was good.
Yeah, hey. Tino's back.
Yeah. Just
so much hubbub for nothing. Okay, so
yeah. See,
I wanted to comment.
You guys should have let her do her thing. Don't sweat her.
Don't sweat me. Or don't sweat her. Okay. The Trump thing. People who live in the city and people who live in the suburbs are in different realities. Okay? That's the first thing. It's like, it's interesting because I feel like what's happened is we don't understand each other. Liberals don't understand conservatives. Conservatives don't understand liberals, because we are looking at completely different news sources and completely different studies. And so it's gotten to that point where we're like, how the hell could they vote for Trump? And they're like, how the hell could they vote for a communist? You know, like they didn't want Biden because they think that he's going to turn our country into a communist socialist country. Okay. Like they're so, I had a conversation like even before, like when the election, all this shit happened, started a year ago. Okay. And I was talking to some lady from Russia, and I was like, she said something about, we gotta, I can't vote for Elizabeth Warren or Biden or Bernie because, they want to turn into a communist country. And I was like, no, they don't. They just want socialist programs. School is a socialist program. USPS is a socialist program.
The farmer, the money
and they were like, what? And she was like, no. But they want to do more. When I was in Russia, I waited in a line all day long just to get a fridge. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They're not making us get a fridge from the fucking government. Like, this is where their minds are. And that's why they vote for Trump, because they don't do their own research, just as I've seen my own fellow liberals not do their research either. And people are just not doing their research.
They're
seeing something and moving on.
See, that's where I draw the line. People be trying to draw parallels between liberals and conservatives, but yes, there's all kind of wicked, crazy stuff that's happening behind the scenes for both party corporate interests. But Republicans are letting their grandmas die on purpose. You know what I mean? Like grandma now? Like, you gonna wear a mask for grandma? Like, who let that grandma just, she lived a good life. You know what I'm saying? Like, who just let that grandma and uncle and them they really, I'm sorry. This is some different, this is different. Like, first of all,
I'm not saying I'm not saying that there are as many liberals doing what the conservatives are, but I do see it. I see comics doing it, and I'm like, did you not even look up where this article was from before you posted it on Facebook?
Oh, no,
did you not even? And I'm like,
I agree with you on that there are people that don't do their due diligence. But my thing is, Republicans not doing their due diligence is like, I'm not going to wear a mask. This is fake. So people are dying. A liberal saying, this is fake, whatever. They still putting on a mask. You know what I'm saying? The outcomes of people being misled are kind of different when you look at, what's happening. But then I kind of be wondering, if none of them wear masks, you know what I'm saying? You know who I feel the worst for? The doctors and the nurses.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if they just out here and infecting each other, that's on them. But what do when they get sick? They go to the hospital. And it ain't like a nurse gonna say, well, you should have wore a mask so you don't get to come get treatment. They get to come in the hospital and infect the nurses and the doctors because they want to be irresponsible. And for me, that's really problematic. If they just want to be out in the hills infecting each other, live your life. But now somebody who out here trying to make it, they got families. And that's why I feel some kind of way about the teachers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody they should close the schools. But I'm like, teachers want to teach, but they didn't sign up to be martyrs. You know what I mean? They got family too. They got parents, older parents they trying to take care of. They didn't, you know what I mean?
But actually studies have shown we should be closing bars and restaurants. The fact that we're closing schools before bars and restaurants is stupid because the actual infection rate in schools is really low. Kids follow the rules better than adults do. Okay, they're doing really well with it. So their infection rate is really low.
Yeah, that's because adults' breath stink.
Well, but they got, this the thing is that they got so many underground like bars and stuff. Like I was eating at a place and heard these girls like, yeah, we about to go, we waitresses at this after hours, and it's like, just think how many of those it is.
Little speakeasy, like during the prohibition. They got
Same thing. Same exact thing. I mean, we've all been guilty, but it's like consistent things going on where people are just going in there, no mask. When people go out to stuff like that, that's the no mask, just whatever.
Nah, man, the way my insurance set up. They was like, Alvin, you gonna go march? I was like, I gotta help the babies read. I was like, y'all, hey, I'm with y'all though, but I'm gonna just stay here and do these little read alouds on Facebook Live real quick for the kids.
Man, I wasn't marching nothing. That's for the young fellas.
This is the thing, bro. We ain't got universal health care. You know what I mean? Like all these people who got their health care through their jobs, they all out here without health care now during the pandemic. That's crazy. Like, I mean, it's just so crazy to me, this stuff. Like, listen, I get it. Bernie went hard in the paint. I get it. But, like, he was actually going hard in the paint to be like, y'all should make at least $15 an hour. Y'all should be able to walk into a hospital if you sick. Like, you're going hard in the paint for stuff that's like
normal and human right. Yes.
Nah, man, nah. But you know what it is? And this is why we dying at the rate we are. We live in this individualistic society that believes in this fake notion of meritocracy, where people really believe, well, everything I have is just because I worked hard. But you know what they don't want to realize is that, like, well, if everything you have is because you work hard, then that also has to mean that anybody who doesn't have what you have is just because they didn't work hard as you did, but that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know, man.
But Trump supporters believe that shit, dude.
Yes, they like, do.
Oh, your kid is in a cage? Well, then you shouldn't have tried to come to America. Like, or United. And I'm like, dude, they want a better life for their children. Like,
first of all, what did the Native Americans think? Like, what did the Native Americans, when they hear, go back to your country, build a wall, the Native Americans are like, damn, we should have built one of them. We should have built one of them. Yo, let me tell you. When I was in Australia, I told a joke, because like all these white Australians kept being like, hey, you got to try this Vegemite. And I'm like, yo, why all these white Australians trying to get me to taste this Vegemite? I'm like, what is this Vegemite? And they were like, well, it's a yeast. You know what it is?
I tasted it once. It's nasty.
They was like, it's a yeast spread. I was like, a yeast spread? I was like, that don't even sound like something you're supposed to eat. What is a yeast spread made out of? And they're like, well, it's a byproduct of the brewing process. I was like, a byproduct, like something you throw away? And I'm going to give you a disclaimer. No, you just got to spread it on really thin, really thin. And so I was at a comedy show and I was like, I feel like a lot of these white Australians like the Aboriginals to like the way they like their Vegemite spread out. And this lady I said, are y'all religious in Australia? They were like, no. I was like, I got a Jesus out of an atheist? I was like, this has potential. This has potential.
Now tell them where you can find, how they can find you.
They can find me on social media at Alvin Irby. Make sure it's the right Alvin Irby, because there's another black comedian named Alvin Irby. He's in Minneapolis, but he not. That's the fake one. I'm the real one.
You can find me at
AlvinIrby.com. He taught me why I started comedy. I was Googling myself and I found him, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm funnier than this Alvin Irby." Yeah, AlvinIrby.com.
Camille.
Camille comedy everywhere.
Yeah.
Tino.
Pandemonium on Instagram. Tino Romero everywhere else. Thank you guys.
On Instagram _ the average black man. Skinny Warren. This is the Bronx Weekly Show. We did it again, y'all. We'll be back next week because we will be stuck in the crib.
Much love, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, great seeing you.